okay, so the FBI, they're like the worker bees for like a ruling class. And the worker bees are told, come up with the symbols of all the things that oppose our agenda. The problem is that selection of symbols, it doesn't look like it defends an American anything. In fact, it looked like if I had a list of anti-globalist symbols, I think all those would probably check the boxes. So then I asked myself, who would be interested in acquiring a list of the globalist, anti-globalist symbols? Probably the globalists, right? LD in the chat there's a woman who I think might have interest in all those symbols and making sure that the people who hold those symbols as precious or relevant to their freedom and history in this country be kind of classified as terrorists. There she is. She wants to make America Great Britain again. It's a little bit different than the former president of this country. He had a similar red hat, but like I think that's the message right there. Now, I'm not saying it's the Queen, but there are people out there who would like to see America's freedom fall, the individual rights and property and these sort of things of our country become the property of other countries and other, let's call them ruling powers behind the scenes. So those type of ruling powers are represented every year at the Council on Foreign Relations, Bilderberg Group, Bohemian Grove, all their little meetings, Davos, G20, all those meetings. It's a supranational group of leaders then coming back with a centralized message that spreads out to all those countries. That is also not freedom. So my hypothesis would be maybe that ruling class of people is selecting those symbols for a purpose. And it's not the thing like we think in America, like, oh, that's just wrong that they're doing that. They're off the mark. They must be mistaken. No, it appears there exists a group of people looking to sort out people who use those particular symbols. That's the point of the memo that Ted Cruz is reading about, right?
Yeah, that's correct. There's an interesting aspect of this too. They need to build a straw man out of America insofar as making sure that freedom is unpalatable or something that people won't want to desire around the world in regards to like associating the worst elements of crony capitalism, fascism, really big government, big business tied together, and individual rights as being like all tied up as like in one incestuous sort of group. And that's not true. Those are not equivalent. And so, but they're trying to build that to make it the case that, look, you need us to come in and manage not just national systems, but global systems. Yeah. And continuing the ideas, the systems theory, like they're viewing it clearly without any idea. There's no individual in this philosophy. It's just these very general sort of abstractions and principles that they operate under that are purely fanciful. But
yeah, I mean, only the globalists would classify those symbols of liberty and Americana as terroristic. I think that's an un-American thing that was passed around and talked about there in the Congress. Oh, I guess Senate.
Funny how the enemies seem to, integrate themselves in some of our key institutions. I don't know. I'm just noticing.
Well, it's been going on most of the 20th century, but ever since you had the Dulles brothers controlling CIA and State Department,
really
that was the Anglo-American. Yes, that was the whole Anglo-American agenda under which Kennedy was assassinated. And then Alan Dulles was on the decision-making board of whodunit.
Yeah.
So these capacities of history, when you see somebody who should be a prime suspect actually in charge of the investigation, I'm just saying these things go on in history, and there's a lot of contradictions that are not sorted out or resolved by the official reports. And that's where real journalism begins.
What makes autonomy uniquely empowering? Autonomy is a self-help course unlike any other. Over the course of our 12-week program, you'll experience weekly live lectures from Richard Grove, specifically designed to equip you with the skills you need to set yourself free. Free from the learned helplessness taught in our schools, free from the dependence on a corrupt system that serves only to uphold the rich, free from the structure of your 9-to-5 if that's your prerogative. Plus, you'll enter into a community of like-minded individuals who are pursuing the same freedom you are, and who'll support you and learn alongside you every step of the way. A lifetime of community and the tools to live however you want. We can't wait to meet you. Learn more at getautonomy.info.